Hello, Club Culture family. If you are on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. And if you're on your favorite streaming platform, thank you for tuning in and make sure you leave us a rating. I got Big Cuzzo with me today. Well, Lil Cuzzo, but Big Dog with me today.
You feel me?
What's your name, sir?
If you know, you know, man. I go by a lot of names.
Oh, okay.
Him.
Oh, okay.
He.
Okay.
Maul.
Uh-huh.
Big Maul. Lil Maul. Molly Maul.
Molly Maul, get him out the draws.
Not no more. Not no more. I got my girlfriend watching this motherfucker.
Oh, you right.
But motherfucker. Yeah.
Okay. So, if y'all don't know, man, this is my motherfucking favorite cousin here on the pod with us today.
What's the word, man? I
ain't wrote no notes.
We winging it. It's just us.
Ain't even a wing. I just don't feel like I need any notes for your ass.
Yeah.
Like
you know everything about me pretty much.
Shit. Okay, if you say so. You know, motherfuckers be, they be keeping shit to themselves.
Of course.
I'm gonna believe you.
Of course, this twin though. Pretty much. She know.
Yeah, man. So, anything y'all gotta say about Cuzzo in the comments, I'm gonna have to beat y'all ass. This one of the ones you can't say nothing negative. You can't say something.
I get on that too.
We damn near gonna
we
jump your ass.
Yeah. Best believe that it's gonna come. Don't act crazy now. Don't act crazy.
All right, so I want to start the episode off by playing Weird or No.
All right, let's get it. That's my favorite one anyway.
So, Weird or No is I'm going to give Maul a headline, and he just got to let me know if he think it's weird or no, and he gets only one sentence to explain why.
Let's get it.
So, Shein, the clothing company, is named in a RICO, racketeering and copyright infringement lawsuit. Weird or no? Your ass ugly.
First of all, why the fuck they got a lawsuit? I mean, well, you just told me, man, fuck that. That's weird. Cause why the fuck y'all not on y'all shit? Y'all not supposed to get no lawsuits, man. You supposed to be, everybody fuck with Shein, man. My son got Shein clothes and shit. Like, everybody be going there like, that's weird. Yeah, get on y'all shit, man. I don't get no fucking lawsuit, man. Y'all tripping. Fuck, and it's a RICO. What the fuck is y'all doing?
That's what I was waiting for you to say. Like, a RICO.
What the fuck? Like, what is like that? Don't let that go out the window. That's a RICO. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all got bodies in the back or something? Like, they got pounds of.
Got a sweatshop.
Yeah, y'all in there fucking slaughtering niggas.
Burger King in Thailand introduces a new cheeseburger with 20 slices of cheese and no burger patty. Weird or no?
First of all,
all cheese.
First of all, I'm lactose. I'm damn near dead. Like, but first of all, that's weird because where the fuck the burger at? Like, where's the meat? Where's the lettuce, tomato? I don't even eat that, but still, like
20 slices of cheese.
I'm gonna say it. First of all, why is it 20? Why is it 20 slices of cheese, bro?
They put a brick of cheese in between two.
They just put a cheese.
They
went to motherfucking Save a Lot or something. Got one of them cheese blocks, and they just put that bitch right in the middle with the bun and stuck that bitch right on top of that motherfucker.
All right. Meek Mill says Free Tory Lanez doing a Rolling Loud performance. Weird at all?
See, this is why I don't like her because she team Meg. She threw that whole little thing. So yeah, me personally, I ain't give a fuck about that situation.
Weird at all?
Weird.
Okay, why?
Because like everybody know what happened, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, why you doing that? Like, you folks did some bogus shit. And you talk about Free, bro, when he did something, No, we can't condone the violence.
Paralyzed woman gets emotional when gas station employee refuses to assist her pumping gas and tells her to walk. Weird or not?
That's weird.
Why?
First of all, that human being is low down and not right, okay? You see the woman, help the woman. That's weird. But at the same time, that's a grown woman. And she should be able to pump her own gas.
He told her to walk.
I ain't trying to talk about that. Because that's wrong right there.
Oh, my God.
That's wrong. Like, I ain't trying to get into that part of the joke. Because you know this lady needs your help and you going to tell her to fucking walk. Like, you a bastard.
Yeah. All right. Legendary wrestler The Undertaker scares away a shark in the ocean.
Scares away a shark?
Legendary wrestler The Undertaker scares away a shark in the ocean. Weird or not?
No.
Why?
That's normal.
It's normal for a man to scare a shark in the
Man,
ocean?
that's not no ordinary man. That's Undertaker, bro. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Everybody know WWE, you know, but that's Undertaker, bro. That's one of them ones. So I wouldn't be surprised if a shark just swam up on him and just was like, nah, I ain't.
So you'll be scared of the Undertaker. You saw that nigga.
I ain't scared, but I'll be like, you know, I used to watch you, G. You used to do some crazy shit. Like, first of all,
it's all right. Motherfuckers be scared. It's cool.
I was scared a little bit.
It's cool.
I can't cap. I was scared. I was scared when I was watching him on the TV when I was that dong. Nigga get the chills in your body and shit. Feel like folks ass from jump through the TV.
California mom influencer sentenced to 90 days in jail after falsely claiming that a Latino couple tried to kidnap her children. Weird or no?
That's weird, because why are you lying on people stealing your kids?
Okay. Tornadoes touched down in Chicago area, grounding flights and wrecking homes. Weird or no?
I mean, nah, because that's a natural disaster. Like, nobody can do anything about that.
All right. TikTok plastic surgeon who live streams procedures loses license. Weird or no?
First of all, that's weird because I wouldn't want to live stream a plastic surgery. Like, motherfuckers' booty cheeks hanging off and shit. Like, you cutting people off. I don't know if you could see it, but like, that's kind of weird. I wouldn't want to see that even if I couldn't see it.
Okay. In quotations, we love each other. A mayor marries alligator like a reptile who he calls princess girl. Weird or no?
Hold on, run that back, G.
In quotations, we love each other. Mayor marries alligator like reptile who calls it princess girl.
Alligator like reptile. That's weird because what the fuck are you doing? Can it walk? I mean, it's a reptile.
Yeah.
I mean, but all reptiles don't have legs.
Okay.
But what are you gonna do with that though?
Y'all freak ass trying to figure out how can you fuck that Say exactly what you want to say, nigga.
No, first of all, that's some whole other. That's probably what his ass doing. I ain't on that type of timing, gang. That's weird. That's weird, cause he on some whole scroll shit. First
over-the-counter birth control pill gets FDA approved. Weird or no?
Me personally, only. Well, that's a plan B. You said birth control.
Yeah. The first over-the-counter one.
Yeah, I don't. That's weird.
Why?
Just go to your doctor. I wouldn't trust the over-the-counter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every person in South Korea suddenly becomes at least a year younger after law changed. Weird or no?
What? Weird? You can't become younger because you changed the law, goofy? What are y'all... Never mind. What are you doing?
All right, last one. Atlanta man tried to rob a nail salon and gets ignored by everyone. Weird or no?
I can finally laugh now. Look, I had seen that on accident. She didn't want me to see it. So I was laughing and she was like, man, I ain't want you to see it. But anyway, that's weird because first of all, you a goofy because everybody is not fazed by you trying to come rob them. Like, you might as well just walk out the store.
Shit.
Give me the money.
I actually got the video, so I'm gonna show it.
Oh, it's
real
a
quick.
video?
It's a.
You ain't tell me that. Let's get to this. I need to see this.
Everybody get down! Give me all your money! It's got the money! Give me all your money!
A would-be robbery doesn't go quite
He
as
said,
planned.
"Everybody
when
get
a
down!
suspect storms
Give me the
into a
money!"
nail salon demanding
Nobody
money,
is fazed by
but
that man.
no one reacts to his threats.
Where's the money?
What the fuck are those on your feet, my brother? What are
Security
those
video
on his
shows what
feet?
happened on July
What
2nd
shoes
in
are-
Atlanta, Georgia.
know that ain't them
when a
Walmart,
suspect walked into the Nail First
Them
salon.
Walmart polo shoes. And then he just gonna walk in there real casual. And then he don't even got pole out either. He just walking in there with a Gucci bag on. He got his hand in the Gucci bag. Like, at least make that shit real, goof ass. You just walking in there with your hand in the motherfucking polo bag or whatever it is, talking about give me the money.
This is hilarious, bro.
And nobody is stunned by him. Like, where's the gun? That's what I be thinking. Like, where's the gun? He talking about get down. Where's the gun?
I don't think Buddy had a gun for real.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think he's just trying to have an illusion of it.
Yeah.
But that's still funny that nobody in that motherfucker was scared of him. like, nigga, get the fuck
Yeah,
out of
they
here.
looking at him like a straight goofy.
Oh my god! And then I was reading fucking
What the comments say?
I was reading the article. It said that the owner, which was at the little cash register right there, he was like, shit. I didn't know if it was real or not, and I wanted to like, remain calm for my customers. So I was just chilling.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is wild.
But that I wouldn't say that's kind of normal down there.
Uh-huh.
But like since I've been living down there for a little minute, like it's normal.
A lot of shit be happening at nail salons in Atlanta, bro.
Yeah, for real. I think it was one that me and AJ had. She wanted to go to, but it was like they had like shot up the nail salon or something like that, and like a person died or something. That shit was crazy. And I was literally we was gonna go to like try that nail salon out with me and my girl. So that shit was wild. We ain't never go back.
Shit, speaking of moving and living in Atlanta, let's go ahead and start right there.
Okay.
What was that? What year was that when you moved to Atlanta?
July 2018.
2018. So you was born in Chicago,
Yeah.
South Side,
Yeah.
and then instantly moved to Indiana,
Yeah.
just like we did.
Yeah.
And then grew up in Gary for a little bit. Well,
Yeah.
not for a lot of bit.
Yeah. I was out there probably until I was like, I was in probably like 13.
So 13,
Yeah.
I'll say like probably 2 to 13.
Yeah.
2 to 13, growing up in Gary, Indiana. Compare what it is.
Well, no, we moved out there. I remember when we moved out. I was like 5.
Okay, so 5 to 13. Compare what life was like growing up in Gary and then those travels going to Chicago and experiencing what it's like to also live in Chicago.
Yeah.
That's something I talk about a little bit on the pod. It's just that's just a unique experience that only a certain people can like really talk about. Growing up, being raised in a certain place, but your whole family is from another place, and so you're being basically raised in 2 places.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Cause it's like you got all your cousins from the city, and they come to your house, but we didn't really get to go to their house for real. It was always like a meeting point, where we'll go to where we'll see everybody. But growing up in Indiana, I mean, it was all right.
It was all right.
Yeah, it was all right. I more so loved the city, so I was like more in the city with my family and shit when I got older. Learning the city and everything. But yeah, it was all right. It was basically the same. But out here, motherfuckers gotta be a little bit more aware.
Meaning Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago, yeah.
When you say people have
My
to
bad.
be more aware in Chicago, what you mean by that?
Violence, that's the one. When I'm in Atlanta and I was telling everybody I'm from Chicago and shit, they was like, I don't ever want to go there.
Uh-huh.
Everybody be dying every day there. I'm like, man, y'all tripping. Like, it's not even like it get like that, but it's like it's not really like that. Don't go up there with that type of mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, actually come up here and try to have fun. Like, it's awesome things to do here.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't gotta really be worried about, you know, really trying to die or anything.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you got the right people and the people know where to go and try to dodge all that, you'll be straight. Come up here, get your motherfucking Harold's, get you a motherfucking gyro cheeseburger. Bro, mayo sauce on that motherfucker, all that.
Bro, why do you tell all your friends the food? Like, that's literally the first thing you be saying to your friends.
Because
double dip that motherfucker.
You better dip that motherfucking Italian beef. Because the food in Atlanta, I'm sorry, is not it. It's not. To me, it's not it. Some people like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just different.
The food, when I went out there for this music festival, all the food trucks, the shit was hidden though. But going to restaurants and stuff out there,
I can't cap. The food trucks definitely be busting. I ain't even gonna lie to you. The food trucks, I done hit a couple food trucks and that shit was right. But the restaurants, they alright. They a hit or miss if you don't really know what you doing or where you really want to go out there. Because it's a lot of black owned restaurants and stuff, but a lot of them really don't be good. And then they be overly charging for the food when the food don't even really be what it's supposed to be. So
so what do you think? Why did you move to Atlanta? Let's talk about that.
I moved. I was getting a little bit of trouble here in Indiana and Chicago. I got kicked out of my mama's house. I'll tell you this. I got kicked out of my mama's house because I was smoking in the laundry room of our apartment complex. And the police came in on one of my friends and then busted our ass. I tried to hop out the window. The motherfucking window wouldn't fucking open. So they caught me and shit. But I ain't tell my mama until we got that motherfucking eviction notice on our door. And even then, I was like scared as hell to tell her.
Yeah.
And once I told her, she was furious. Like furious. Like I ain't never ever seen my OG like that. Like that shit really like struck fear in the nigga. And that shit like really hurt me. And then I had moved with my dad, of course. Pretty sure we'll get into that. But after that, that shit like hurt a nigga. But my mom had told me like when I was probably a couple months in with moving my dad, she was like, thank you. Because it was like basically what was like needed at the time. Like it was a blessing in disguise because Bebop graduated 2 years of college early. Yeah. She got a better job. She's more stable. And she was just looking at it like not in a negative way, but in a good way, you know, and that kind of like put me at ease with it. So, and I cried and shit, big emotional ass nigga. Yeah. That's mine, and that was good from hearing that from her because that really like hurt me, and I was really like fucked up about like I got my OG and my sisters out of the fucking place they had to fucking live.
Yeah, shit. Just stopping on that point right there with your mom saying that it was like a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Life really be happening like that. Like just being in this new place, I was uprooted from the place that I was in. So I was forced to leave out, and I had to figure out what's the next step in life. Yeah. And honestly, that needed to happen for me to finally move away from Indiana and go to where I really want to be, which is in this, where I'm at. So that's really how life is. It just show you like, especially when you put out something and you say like, I want this. Yeah. Don't ask for something you're not ready for. Yeah. Type shit. So.
Because it can happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about. So you are my cousin on my mom's side, but your dad is my mom's brother.
Yeah.
So, so you have a mom that's not related to me. Yeah. So that means you got your own other side that has nothing to do with
you. Yeah.
So talk about the difference between those two dynamics, your mom's side of the family and your dad's side of the family.
To be honest, it's really not much of a It's a difference, but it's really not much of a difference. I say our side is a little bit more wilder than my mom's side. Like my mom and them, they can get wild. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When they need to, but that's not like the energy they bring in. Like, you know, when we meet or when they see other people, that's not the energy. Our side is like we loud. You know how we is. Don't really care who looking or, you know, they just doing too much.
Doing too much.
They just be doing too much, bro.
So you grew up without your father in those early years of your life.
Yeah.
Talk about did you know why your dad wasn't in your life? Or like how did you learn that your father was in prison?
Rest in peace, Tony Cole. He was, I forgot where we was, but it was like a certain point. I think me and him was talking. He was like, you know, him and my mom. It was like, you know, I'm not really your dad. You know, they was giving me the spiel, and I'm like, huh? Like,
What age was this?
We was in Gary, so I was probably like, I want to say like 6. I want to say like 6, 7 ish, because I was still a kid. I was going to see him in jail and shit. Like we was going out there. I do remember that, but they was giving me the spiel and shit, telling me, no, this not your dad. Your real dad is in jail. You know, he did something, but you know, I didn't know at the time. I really still don't know. That's something that he still never told me. I just know he been gone. He was gone for like 10 years of my life. So that's pretty much it.
Attempted murder.
I didn't know that.
Now you know.
Thank you.
That's crazy. You ain't never asked.
that really didn't pique my interest. I'm more so really trying to see like what he gonna, like, he's here now.
So what's
what
to
we
it
gonna,
now?
Yeah, what's to it now?
I understand that.
Yeah.
But
But that shit wild as hell.
that's why I'm like, well, they never pique your interest.
I don't want to know why. I mean, he did what he had to do.
That's an important thing that you just said, cause that's something that that's something that I'm kind of dealing with too. Like there's things that I probably have questions about my parents, but I know that if I ask these questions, I might not like the answer to it that I'm gonna get.
Me too.
And it might change my perspective
On
of
them.
how I feel about you.
Yeah.
But that don't mean that we still shouldn't ask these questions.
Yeah.
Regardless of that fear.
Yeah.
Because these people make decisions in their lives that we should know about.
You think?
I think it depends on what it is. So like, if you, let's say you got, because you are someone that I would say had anger issues.
Yeah, I know
and
that.
So you probably look to your mom and be like, hey mom, do you know why I have these anger issues? And she's probably like, no son, I can't give you clarity on that. And so you could go to your dad and maybe say like, hey dad, how do you feel when you're angry?
Yeah.
And then he could tell you. And then with him expressing, you know, how why he think he gets angry in certain ways, he might express like, oh, as a kid, I was touched on, and so I was silenced. And so I didn't know how to express myself. And so maybe you get that same, I don't know, it's just having those conversations. Yeah. And then you learn these extra shit about your parents that you might not need to know, but it helps you along with figuring out your identity as a person.
Like I said, that never really piqued my interest with my parents. Like I never really, whatever they did in their life, it was like their life. I just, you know, just let it be because they had to go through that shit. I wasn't going through it. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I could have tell like that shit overspilled with the family as well, you know, at some points. But at the same time, you know, they did what they could for us. So I just leave it at that and try to enjoy the moments now instead of trying to dwell on the past.
So you ain't never want to ask your dad like I know you weren't in my life because you were in jail, but like, what did you do? That just sounds like such a simple thing that I would want to know the answer to. Yeah. What did you do for you to be in jail? Yeah. Because if it's a lot of people in jail that probably did crimes that you'll be like, was minimum. Like, why the fuck they give you 10 years for that? Yeah. But you know, and then a motherfucker tell you like, oh, I was in there for attempted murder. You like,
yeah.
okay.
Your ass, I kind of deserve that shit. Like,
yeah, okay, I get why you was in
Yeah.
jail for all these years.
yeah.
But you know, it's just different conversations. But what I really want to ask you is, when you had a father figure in your life while your actual father wasn't present,
Yeah.
do you think that you would have came out differently, or you would have came out the same way without that father figure there?
Like with no father figure at all,
Yeah.
I say I'll probably be a little bit different.
In a worse way, or
Probably in a worse way.
in a worse way?
Yeah.
Talk
I'd say
about the
that.
father figure that you did have in your life.
Like I said, rest in peace his soul, Tony Cofield. That is my sister's father. Me and him share the same birthday as well, if you didn't know.
You and Tony?
Yeah, we share the same birthday.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Y'all ever shared a birth? Like actually,
Yeah. When I was coming up, we always had birthday parties for me and him. 4, he be doing like at that time before he was who he is now. He was like coming up doing customizing shoes, t-shirts, like doing
some artist
yeah
shit.
on his artist shit coming up
for
So-
the rapper.
for the rapper.
Yeah.
Sorry, Black Chicago Inc. You know, tattoo artist, my cousin anyway. Yeah, so that's what he was doing when I was coming up. Watching him, he used to customize all our shit like when we was coming up. So anything artistry wise, we always hit up Cuzzo for that shit. But yeah, I had him in my life. It was cool. You know, he taught me some things that is still instilled to me to this day. But also it was rough times too, as you know. One thing I wanted to talk about on the pod is, bro, it was this one time me and Tamaya, we was at my house and he barbecued. That shit pisses me off to this day because I shouldn't have got in trouble for that shit. And that shit blows me. But anyways, he barbecued. Fat ass pan of ribs. I'm talking about fat, like the pan of ribs it was so many ribs. The ribs could have lasted us for probably a month, damn near.
Okay.
Like there was so many ribs, but as a shorty, I love ribs. I don't eat pork now, so I don't really like ribs. But as a shorty, I love ribs. I used
Banging
to
them hoes.
slam them bitches like back to back, and I had a couple of them, and then I had a couple more of them, and then I had a couple more. But it was still hella ribs for the amount that I took. It was still more to feed everybody that was still in the crib. Overly feed them still. And he got mad, and he spanked that butt. And I'm looking at him like, I can't eat, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just supposed to starve. It's a fat ass pan of ribs right here, like overly good glazed barbecue sauce. And Tony, he could cook his ass off.
Yeah.
So his food was fucking great.
Yeah.
And I'm doing my due diligence on the ribs.
I'm doing my due diligence on the
I'm just
ribs.
doing what I do.
So Ma spoke on that because I spoke on that story on the pod before with
Yeah.
Jonesy.
If y'all didn't know, so the secret's out. It was me.
I personally said that shit didn't fucking need to happen. Okay, Tony was beating on his ass. This the thing with men, bro. Y'all gotta tell the truth about what actually happened to y'all.
I'll tell the truth, gang.
Y'all
I
be trying to
softened
be
it up.
still tough and shit when
softened
telling
it
y'all
up.
side.
He beat me, gang. Like we can get into that real quick. He used to abuse me. Everybody know this. He was an alcoholic. So when he get drunk, sometimes he'll overly do it, and he'll hit me. Whoop me, like overly excessive.
Yeah.
Beat me. It was one time he had a ring on his hand, and my mom was like coming from school or work or something, and I forgot what happened. I don't know what made him do that to me, but I know he was drinking. So I couldn't have really done nothing to piss him off for real. Like I do know I was in my room just chilling or whatever, but fast forward, he hit me in my eye with the ring on his finger, and my shit instantly got fat, and I was crying, and he, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And then I heard the jingle of them keys at the front door from my OG. Boy, you would have thought I was Flash himself, boy. Like, ran to the door instantly, buzzed down crying my heart out. She, what's wrong?
Yeah.
You know, he hit me in my face. Who? She cut the light on. She, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He fucking hit you? Like,
crazy
gang. Like, it was crazy. Like,
I didn't know that fucking happened.
yeah. Like, it's a lot of shit that I, like, never told my side of the family. One, because I know where it could have went. Like, I know exactly where that shit could have went. And two is like, my mama always told me at that point, whatever happens in this house stays in this house. So it's like, I ain't want to disrespect my OG either, you know, and feel like I did her wrong.
Yeah, I understand that. But that got to be very conflicting as a child to be able to have discernment. Because discernment is a skill that I don't think a lot of people have. You grew up in a household and you're told to be obedient as a child and respect your elders. But your elders make poor decisions against you, and you're still an individual human being that have feelings. Yeah. And so a motherfucker tell you the rule in this household is what happens in this home stay in this home, but you getting beat in this home. Yeah. So and
I can't say nothing about it.
So it's like it don't feel right, but you telling me this is what the right thing to do.
Yeah. Shit's weird.
Yeah. I personally experienced some shit like that that I had an epiphany about, like, damn, is this why I always take the high road? Because I'm just confused on what's right and what's wrong to speak on. Yeah.
It's like timidness. Yeah. So I totally understand what you mean by that. Like, it's not a good feeling either, because you, like you said, you confused with yourself, and sometimes you think it's the right decision to do it, but it's really the wrong decision that you're making, and it can fuck you over. Yeah. So. Yeah. I don't know where our peoples get that from. I'm pretty sure it roots from, like, slavery in some way. It always does, but at what point do you, like, realize that this shit is common? Yeah, and we should do it a different way. Yeah. We've been doing it for so many years. It ain't working. Yeah, we should probably try something different. Yeah. So do you think that with you being in a household with a person that's not your dad, putting his hands on you like that, and, like, how did your mom show up for you in those moments? I'm gonna be real raw. Yeah. It was hard for her because at the end of the night, she had to lay down with that man, and I'm her firstborn. You know, so it's like it put her in a bind. As I got older, I seen it put her in a bind with feelings, and more so she took my side, but I also got that talk as well, like, you know, stop doing what you doing, or whatever the scenario was. It was like she taking his side too, because that's her man. You know what I'm saying? The older I got, the more I understand, because I got a lady and I got a son. So I still reflect on shit like that. But she more so took sore on my side because he was an alcoholic, so she knew. Did I want to tell my dad? Of course. For the people who gonna see this, why didn't you tell your dad? Of course I want to tell my dad, but that's the wrong person to tell it to. Y'all don't understand that. That's why I was saying I know where that shit could have went. Yeah. So if you know, you know. Yeah. But that shit could have took it to a whole another area, and I had to really make wise decisions, because at the same time, this is my sister's father. I couldn't only think about myself. I'm a big brother at that time, you know, and my dad coming over here to protect me. My sister's out here watching that, you know, or could have watched that, or whatever the case may be, listening to that shit. You know, that could have made them feel a certain way, traumatized them or some shit. Like, you never know. So it's like, I really wanted to do that. Yeah. But at the same time, I had to just hold that shit in and just hold that shit. That's very honorable for you to do. I honestly understand everything the fuck you saying. Like, that's a sticky situation to be in. Yeah, that shit tough. I really, damn if you don't type of situation, honestly. Yeah, that shit was real tough, bro. Like, I think about a lot of shit now, really, because I got a son. So I be trying to, like, catch myself from, like, how my peoples used to do me. You know what I'm saying? And I I don't like how sometimes I treat my son how my parents treated me, you know, and that shit be hurting me and shit. And, you know, but I still want to like instill that in him as well. You know, I'm still learning as well. So I got time to grow and he do too.
Yeah. I wonder if Tony putting his hands on you and being as aggressive as he was, I'm pretty sure that stemmed from however he was disciplined when he was younger.
Yeah.
Do you know if he ever went further than just you, and would he be too aggressive with your mom?
Nah, I don't think he in front of me. I've never seen Tony put his hands on my mama, and that's one thing that now that my mom is, well, she has a boyfriend now, but when they separated, that was one thing that I always wanted to see if it'd change, like if or would it stay the same, like how they handle my mom. Like are they putting their hands on her, you know, and how would I react to it, or you know, what can I do? But
her next boyfriends,
yeah, like her next boyfriends down the line besides him, like, but he never ever touched my mom in front of me, or I never ever heard anything of that sort ever.
So that leads me to think that that's probably how he was disciplined when he was a kid.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah.
Do you think, because you, back to me saying like you had issues with how to express your anger.
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe that is a result of the beatings from Tony and not being able to express yourself and being?
I say yeah, and from my own father. Of course we probably gonna get into that. But not knowing how to come to them or really express yourself, and it's really more so them really trying to if they would have really explained why they doing this, it probably would have been more. I probably would have understood more. Like, nah, like you really fucked up. Like now they gotta, you know, they finna whoop your ass. Instead of them just whooping my ass and really not saying nothing about it. Like, nah, come here, finna get your ass whooped. Lay your ass down and just take this shit.
Yeah.
Don't do this shit no more.
Yeah.
Like, but instead of them talking to me and telling me why they're about to do this or what I did wrong, it probably could have shifted my perspective of my life.
Me personally, I hate it because I've been going to mall crib was just a common thing for me to do. He's one of the reason why we damn near close like that is because we'll go to your crib, you come to my crib. We just spent a lot of time together and I growing up.
Yeah.
And so I was personally able to see it for myself, the beatings that would happen by the hands of Tony to him. Yeah. And I personally never liked it, but I didn't know, you know.
Yeah,
I
what
just
to say?
like, shit.
You couldn't do nothing.
What I'm supposed to say? Because I get whoopings at home. But I don't get whoopings like that. But I get whoopings at home. So shit, that's just, I guess, how it's supposed to go in this household.
Yeah. Shit was weird.
Yeah, it was very weird. It's shit that we can reflect on and talk about now.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk about, like, what are some things from your upbringing that you know that you do not want to repeat with your own children?
Putting my hands on him. I'm learning, like I was saying in my interview earlier from my gaming page, is I want to talk to him. Like I was just saying, if they would have talked to me and explained like what was wrong or what I did wrong, I would have understood it more. Yeah. But I want to try to talk to him more instead of going straight into, you know, whooping him, you know, and like fully disciplining him. But it's like, son, come here. Like, he only 2, but my son I feel like he's a genius. He understands completely. He tell me what's wrong with him. If he hungry, he gonna tell me, like, whatever it is. If he pee on himself, boo-boo on himself, he need to use the bathroom. Like, he gonna tell me. Like, he's a advanced 2-year-old. Okay. So I try to not do what my people did to me. You know, I want to talk to him more. I want him to express himself. I don't want him to feel like he need to hide things from me because I know how that feel. I want him to be a free bird. I want him to come to me and not scared. I want him to be fully free. Like, I know my dad is not gonna judge me, or I know my dad is gonna tell me what's really what I need to hear, or confide in me, give me a hug or something. I know my dad is going to be what I need him to be for me in this moment or whatever the moment needs to be.
Yeah. One thing I hate to see is like an actually like real good kid that you just need to talk to get treated in such an aggressive way. That's one of the things I hated seeing as a kid and as a grown up.
Yeah.
Like, I was on the phone earlier with my mama, and we was on the phone with my childhood neighbor that my mama helped raise her son, and she helped raise us. And she just on the call, she's like, yeah, Maya, she was just such a good kid. She was quiet to herself, played the game, played basketball. She's just a good kid. Yeah. And my mama, oh, she's very boisterous now. I love that about her, but she just talks so much now. And I'm just like, she's like, yeah, it's shocking, but shit, this is really good for her. And she was just like, that mouth.
Yeah.
That mouth was too much for me.
Yeah.
And Felicia just defended me to her. She's just on the phone like, nothing she been saying on this call is bad or wrong.
Yeah.
It's just, you don't like it.
Yeah. That's all.
You don't like it. So have you ever had moments where you feel like you've expressed yourself to either parents and you know that you was dead ass right with what you're expressing, but they just didn't want to hear it because it is, I guess, they just didn't like it.
They'd grown up or they didn't like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I have, I don't remember. I probably would have remembered some shit like that. It probably wasn't like petty enough or detrimental enough for me to remember that moment. Nah, I can't recall no moment like that, even from my mom or my dad, or even with you or my auntie. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, well, shit. What about something that you wish you would have listened to when you was getting told this when you was younger that you understand now that you older?
Truthfully, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Cause I was bad.
What you mean by bad though?
Okay. It's different levels of bad.
Yeah.
I was a middle child bad. Cause it's like sometimes I did shit just to do it because I know I'm not supposed to do the shit. I know I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know that shit was wrong.
Yeah.
And I just used to just do dumb shit too.
Yeah, you just do dumb shit.
Yeah. That was the only thing. I just used to do dumb shit, knowing that it was wrong. Yeah. And I just do the shit anyway.
Yeah.
So, but I do remember this. I had stuck a fork in the fucking socket, G. And shocked my ass. And my mom was like, that's what the fuck you get, you dumbass. You know you're not supposed to do that shit. And I was like, you're damn right. You're absolutely right.
Now, what age was you? Because your ass still do dumbass shit.
I still do dumb. Everybody do dumb shit. But I was like 10.
Okay. Because if your
I was
ass
like 10.
Because I feel like your ass will still be 25 doing that.
Nah, I ain't doing that shit. I ain't doing that shit. I learned. I had my one, what the fuck is it called? I can't even think. One encounter with that shit.
Yeah.
And that shit is over with.
Okay.
That's a no-go. I would never ever stick nothing in the socket ever again. That's metal.
Okay. Well, back to the initial question I asked. What's one thing that you wish you would listen to now that you older?
One thing I would listen to is do good in school.
Okay.
I'll say that for sure. Do good in school. I didn't do bad in school, but as I'm older, I look back and say I could have did a little bit better in school, and I probably would have been in a better position.
Now speak on that. I don't want to be the only nerd on this motherfucker pod that talk about how important academics is.
Yeah, academics is very important. I know that, but that comes with, I say, discipline that I didn't have in my household from my father. I say if I would have had
biological father or the father that was in your household.
My biological. I mean, Tony, he helped me with homework and shit. But it's like it's not that. It's nothing like that feeling with your own dad.
Okay. You
know what I'm saying? Of course, I wanted my actual father in the home with me. Okay. I always wanted that, or just to have my actual father around all the time. But if I would have actually like had him more in my life, I feel like some things would have been different for me.
Was you feeling this during the moments of you knowing that your dad is not physically here, he's in jail, or were you feeling this when he came out of jail? Because when he got out of jail, you was probably like, we was like, what, 12?
It was like 12, 13.
So still some decent years for him to be able to instill
redeem
some
himself. Yeah, instill discipline. Hell yeah. I just wish I had him. Yeah, I just wish I had him in there. Because like I said, my life probably would have been a little bit different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I got too much. I don't know. This how I be feeling, because we have a lot of conversations about shit like this.
Yeah,
and
we do.
just be reflecting.
Yeah.
And me personally, I'm on this end of things. I feel like it don't matter what sex the parent is, just be a good parent to your child.
Yeah.
Some people be too hung up and think that the sex matter. Like if it's a man or if it's a woman, you need both in your life because they teach you different things.
Yeah.
I personally, I didn't have a father figure in my life to teach me
That's
shit.
correct.
So you could say I don't know what it feels like to have that. So you probably, your opinion probably is
different.
It's different.
Yeah.
But because I didn't have a father in my life and I still did the things that I did in my life.
That don't make you no different.
It don't make me, like, if I would have had it, the father in my life, then that won't. The only thing that you can say is, like, is my life gonna be better? Because I live a pretty sweet, great life. I turn out as pretty well. So it's like, if I feel like if I would have had better guidance in my life, regardless of the sex, I would have been even further in life than I was. Because there's a lot of stuff.
That's what I meant too. Kind of. That's what I meant too. But on your end, you turned out pretty much sweet, like you said. She wasn't really like a bad kid growing up, you know, like she said, she was in the house, in school, or at basketball practice, or playing a game. So it's not really.
You wasn't a bad kid either.
Yeah.
You just made dumb decisions.
Yeah, I made dumbass decisions. I knew right from wrong, but I still did wrong. Like that was me. Yeah. Like I was living on the wild side, tweaking.
Yeah.
Like dibbling, dabbing, like what's weird with me is like I had a lot of paths to go to when I was coming up. So it's like this not good, but it's like, you know, our family is real like gang related. You know this. You know, it's like I could have went that way. Like I sort of went that way. I ain't gonna speak too much on it, but it's like when I did go that path, it's like I got stopped real quick, and I noticed like what can really happen if I keep going down this motherfucking path. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, my mom is a scholar from DeVal University. She's in tech, and, you know, I went the tech way, you know, watching my mom build a radio from scraps.
Okay. She
built an actual radio that connected to the frequencies and shit, and it played music like WGCI and all that shit when we was coming up. Like she built that shit, and that's like was amazing to see. Yeah. And I found myself like always going to like the shit that she was making in school, not even touching. Like, I mean, I probably touch and like feel on it, but not enough to like really hurt it for my mama, you know. But it always amazed me to see that type of shit growing up, and that's one of the reasons why I'm probably who I am with like the game and like tech savvy and shit. So that was a good leeway for me as well. Yeah.
Now, what you said that you probably should have did better in school. What are the things that you feel like you missed out on because your academics wasn't well?
I really didn't have a college experience. You know what I'm saying? Like only college experience I had really was when I was coming to school with you. Really, for real. You know, just walking through dorm hallways, and even on tours for football, because I got a couple offers, you know, from schools, you know, school trips and all of that shit. But besides that, I really didn't have a campus life. Like, wake up every day in your dorm, go to the caf, get something to eat. You got to go class at a certain time, got to be over here at a certain time. Like, you know, I didn't really have that experience. So that role for me was real tough. I went to community college, and I still didn't even finish community college. Like, you know, I was thankful enough when I moved away to experience JUCO football. But even then, that wasn't really like JUCO football. We were JUCO, you know, we was going against teams, but it wasn't the campus atmosphere.
Yeah.
You know, they were, excuse me, they was a first year program themselves. They was brand new as well.
Yeah.
So it's like we all coming in this fresh, you know what I'm saying? But everybody know the game of football. Everybody know how to act. Like, you know, they instilled it as a school structure. I had to take online classes. I think I went into like photography, art, but you know, at that point I was just doing it instead of really trying to figure out what I really wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And once that passed and I really figured out that I wanted to become like a video game content creator streamer, I just wish I would have noticed that then instead of noticing it after I made like most of my decisions at that time.
Yeah, that's something that I always say about college to anybody. Don't do it until you know or have a good concrete idea of what you want to do with your life.
Yes.
Essentially, you just everybody knows when you go to college, you're accepting to be in debt.
Yeah.
You're pretty much accepting to be in debt. Unless you going to college with a full ride.
Yeah.
You going up there to know that you're going to have to pay some money back.
Yep.
Right? So if you finna go there and you invest in yourself, you need to make sure that your investment have a good return on it.
Yep.
So choose some shit that you know that you want to do.
Yeah.
So I personally would never tell somebody to go to college if they be like, I don't know what I want to do.
Yeah.
You want to owe niggas $10,000 just to be there?
Yeah.
So that I definitely like don't even want you to go back to college until you know.
Yeah, exactly
This
what I
want to
do,
and this damn near what I'm gonna try to do with this degree, type shit.
Yeah, school run across my mind all the time, but it's like the point of my life I'm in is like I don't want to say I don't got time for school, but I don't got time for it right now. I got a son, like I'm working, I got bills to pay. I'm not stable enough to where I can say, okay, I'm decent as hell. I can focus on school, or you know, I can focus like, you know what I'm doing. I'm going to work and I'm coming home trying to put out content for my YouTube page. So that's most as working that I'm doing right now. But far as school wise, I just wish I would have went to school to pick up more of a habit. It could have jump started what I really wanted to do.
I hate listening to people talk about like give people motivational speaking and whatnot, and they say they pretty much say the traditional way of life is you grow up, go to high school, then you go to college.
Yeah.
And after college, you find you a job.
Yeah.
Like, and that kind of like put pressures on young people to
Yes,
think
it
that they
does.
have to take that route.
Yeah, because I had that type of mindset for a little minute.
Yeah.
All throughout high school, I had that mindset. And even when I graduated high school, it was like, I got to get in college, got to get in college, got to get in college.
Yeah.
Like, I got to go to school, got to go to school. Like,
Yeah.
And then when it didn't happen, it's like, I'm down on myself.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm
Feel like you're a failure.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a failure. I'm
Yeah.
letting my people down. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't in school.
Yeah.
I'm smoking weed.
Yeah.
I'm drinking, partying. Like, but I'm doing all this shit, but you're not even going to school. You can't even get a name for yourself yet, but you out here doing this dumb shit.
Do you think you had the proper guidance to help you through figuring out how to get to college?
Yeah, my mom's a scholar. I wish I would have picked up that habit from her though. I can't say. My mom is real smart. Real smart. And I try to find women that's like my mom, you know, in ways. My girlfriend Asia, she's real beautiful, real smart. You know, but she still wants to go to school as well, to figure out what she want to do. But she is a little bit more ahead. So it's like she knows what to do, but she just needs to
Have some time to do it.
Yeah, have some time to do it. Clean up some loose ends and really just buckle down and get back to her shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a perfect leeway. My mom was the perfect person for me to, you know, pick up after. I just wish I would have, and I can say that I wish she would have seen that it was piquing my interest at that time as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell people all the time, like just coming back from my interview earlier, he said, what would you tell the people out there and they see that the kids are just always on the video game 24/7, not doing nothing with their life. They just straight on the game. What is something that you want to tell them for people that's like that? And I said, leave them alone. Let them play the game. I wish that my mom would have seen my interest in video games when I was a shorty, because it probably would have boosted my streaming career right now. You know, and picking up on something that wasn't even popular at that time, me doing it would have made me popular when it's time for it to be popular. Because you know this shit is going crazy. It's hella money to be made. Yeah. But if I would have picked up on that shit when it wasn't no money, but money to be made in it, I would have been at the top of the. I would have been top of the food chain. Yeah. Bro.
I'm going to push back on you just a little bit.
Okay.
And play devil's advocate, because there's many times where we feel like if this would have been like this on our parents, because I'm in the middle. I definitely think that there's a lot of things that parents do not focus on, and their priorities don't be on right when they have kids. They still want to balance between being niggas without kids and niggas with kids.
With kids, they don't know how to. Yeah, you got kids, so you got to balance your kids. Yeah, I found myself like that too. That's crazy. Yeah. You know, but I try to end that shit like instantly. I don't want to have that in my brain, like not even a sweep come across my mind, because I know how that shit feel. Yeah. And I don't want to be one of them parents, or I want my son to get raised and be older and how was your parents? Oh, my parents weren't ever there. You know, I was always in the crib by myself. They was always out. We went places, but we didn't really do nothing. I was by myself. Yeah. You know, we was in the crib. Don't open that door for nobody unless it's me. Yeah. You know, all motherfucking day, we got to find our own food. We only 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Got to cook for ourselves, like full meals. We in the kitchen making pancakes, 9 years old. Why the fuck is you on a hot ass skillet? How the fuck do you know how to do this at 9 years old? You know what I'm saying? But that's what we had to do. Yeah.
So the gaming thing, if your mom would have seen it early and tried to hone in on that to be something profitable for you later in life. Yeah. I think at that time with gaming, nobody knew that gaming would be what it is today.
Of course.
Gaming didn't even show that it was going to be that. Niggas wasn't even on YouTube to do gaming in that way. They was just...
I can defer. Okay. Because I would say this shit really didn't start until like Black Ops 2.
And we was like
middle school. Okay. Like almost going into high school. That's when Black Ops 2 was out, I want to say. But I remember seeing on YouTube Black Ops 2 clips and people like posting a game and clips. Yeah. And I think I ran across FaZe Swag like stream like one time, but I never knew what it was, you know, at the time. But I just knew he was playing Call of Duty. Yeah. So I just watched it. Yeah. You know, not knowing that he was making money from this shit. You know, really investing in himself, and now look at him. Look at the whole FaZe clan. Like look at AMP, Kai and them, like they play video games. They more so the content, you know, everyday life. But swagging them, you know, they grinding them hours. Yeah. Like they on that motherfucking game like all night until they can't motherfucking sleep no more.
Is in their success story, are they saying that they mom saw that early on and they helped them more?
I want to say I did see that with Swag with Kai he speak on that heavily. And I want to say I seen Swag talk about that because like we said, gaming wasn't really the business back then, you know, but for them to do that and take that initiative for that and make them the foundation of what it is now, that shit, I wish I would have did that shit along with them because they're our age.
Yeah, it would have extremely helped. I think one of the key things for successful people today, especially young successful people, is that they were the first to do it. Yeah. Always being the first to do something already put you at the top. Ahead. You could be terrible at it, but you was the first. Yeah. One thing you can always hold over people is being the first or something, but being now you got to compete with like, okay, who's the best at doing it?
Yeah, at best at doing it now.
Best is subjective. That's an opinion, but it's a fact that this person was the first.
He was the first. So
you always got that.
You got to pay that homage to him for opening that doorway. Yeah. That's what everything though.
And like you also got to have the type of parent that believes in dreams.
Yeah.
So a lot of our community, they just existing.
Yeah.
They don't know a lot of things can be imaginable.
Yeah, they don't know, like, besides of the leeways they know, they don't know other leeways to put themselves or their children in as well.
And video games always had a negative connotation.
Yeah, all the time as we was growing up. Get off that game. Then you ain't doing nothing with your life.
Yeah.
You stand in front of that TV. You ain't gonna never do nothing standing in front of that TV playing the game. Now look at the gaming business. Like, that's one thing I hated when I moved with my grandma.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma watched this. Watch the damn podcast. Oh my God, my grandma loved this
Shout out
so
Mama
much.
Rhonda.
She say that shit to her all the time. That shit is so funny.
Yeah.
But she always told me to get off the game, and I hated that.
Yeah.
Because that's when I was really finding myself into streaming. Like, I'm putting money into getting all these devices to go live and try to start what I wanted to do. And I just started streaming. I was saying like I wasn't doing what I'm doing now, but I was like uploading video clips and putting it out, like raw video clip, not even no edit.
Yeah.
Like
long as hell.
Like long as hell. Like I just did some raw ass shit probably for like 5 minutes straight.
And you posted a 30-hour stream.
And I'm posting that bitch. No care in the world. But it's like, at that time, I was like, shit, at the same time, you don't never know who gonna see this shit. Like, I'm just posting that shit. But now, like, I wish I would have knew to do that then.
Mm-hmm.
But back to what I was talking about, my grandma, she always told me to get off the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a point where I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And she was like, my grandma never, I'm her first grandson.
Yeah.
Her first grandbaby ever. Like,
yeah.
She loves me. Like, my people know, like, when it come to my grandma, Jamal gonna get what he want 9 times out of 10. It might not deserve it. He might not, but grandma gonna get him what he want.
Yeah.
And I found myself, kind of spoiled. And it's been a minute since I lived with my grandma. My grandma mostly raised me as well. Half my life when my mom was in school and all that. So I was a grandma baby as well. That's my first, second mom. You know what I'm saying? So shout out grandma. But I used to get mad when she tell me to get off the game because it's like I'm not doing nothing like wrong. Like I could have been out in Atlanta. I didn't know nobody because that's why I'm in the crib. But it's like I knew a couple of my teammates, but at the same time, I'm fresh from out here. I ain't really trying to fuck with them.
And it don't make sense, bro. I'm not doing anything that literally bothers anybody.
Yeah.
I'm to myself playing the game.
Yeah. And that's what bothered me a lot, that she get irritated that she'll just peek in my room. Hey, you on this fucking game. Get off the game.
Yeah.
Go do something. Like,
yeah.
And it's like, I could be outside doing some wild ass shit right now.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't even know. You get a phone call, I might be out of here.
Yeah.
And now you wishing I would have been on this fucking video game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What do you think are some difficulties with pursuing streaming and realizing all the other shit? Talk about all the other stuff that you have to do outside of just playing the video game and streaming.
That's the living hell nobody tell y'all about. That is really hard to balance out your own life and trying to pursue your streaming life or your personal goal that you want for yourself. It takes a lot of time and a lot of hours to put out content like this. If you don't know or understand this side of this business, it takes hours and time and commitment to do shit like this because this shit get hard. I know, and other creators know that this shit don't happen overnight. It can, but until then, you gotta buckle down. If this is shit that you want to do, you gotta buckle down on that shit and just do that shit. And that's another thing that I can't be a hypocrite of, because I know my damn self I need to be putting out more content as well for my page. But it's like the time is just timing for me as well. It's like sometimes I don't be having the time to do that because I need to be over here doing other shit. When I really want to be pushing out this content and playing the game and going live for my viewers and pushing out this content for my followers and shit.
You know, you know how I am.
I know.
You know how I am.
I
Man.
know. I know. We ain't gotta speak of that. She be on my ass, bro. She be on my ass. But we need that little monkey kick in the butt though. You know, everybody need that little monkey kick sometimes to snap them back into reality. Cause I was going strong for a little minute.
Yes.
But life happened.
Yes.
That shit really slowed me down, but I'm trying to pick back up the pace. So yeah.
One of the reasons why I am in the place that I am in life is because I have this mantra of no excuses.
Yeah.
And of course that came from basketball. It came from sports. I think sports instill a discipline in you that a lot of things just can't do.
Hell yeah. A lot of sports.
I really use everything that basketball taught me
In real life. Yeah.
So no excuses, right? And if I ever have to say I can't do something, it has to be because my leg broke.
Yeah.
Like I really just can't,
You can't do it.
right?
Yeah.
When I asked you, man, you got to do this so that you can get to this goal with streaming and content creation, G. You got to do this.
Yeah.
And if you don't do this, you're just going to keep getting the same shit that you feel like you want to have for yourself.
Yeah.
And so when I'm telling you these things, does it sound like la to you, or do it actually sound like, no, she's right and I'm just not doing it?
That actually is when I hear that type of shit, you know our relationship, like, and for the people who don't know, this is my first cousin, like this my sister. So it's like anything that's coming from her mouth is gonna feel like she telling me what's right, or telling me she's not gonna lead me down the wrong path of, you know, what she gotta tell me. Like Tamaya is always gonna be straightforward. She don't give a fuck what it is, how hard it sound. She gonna tell me, and vice versa. That's just the type of relationship we have. We not gonna sugarcoat shit from each other, because if we want something, we gotta go get that motherfucker. So we gotta do what we gotta do.
Are you satisfied with the results you've been getting from the efforts you've been putting in?
Yes and no. That time period while I was going strong, I seen what it was bringing to the table. I had a couple videos that went kind of viral with some thousands, like 2,000 or 1.6 thousand, or, you know. So that time when I was pushing out that content hard and heavy, I seen the followers, I seen my viewers and all going up. So that shit was getting exciting. But like I said, shit happened, slowed me down. I just gotta knock these nails out and buckle back down. So,
one of the things that I think a lot of people don't understand when trying to become content creators is that you have to learn skills very quickly to be able to do this. Because you probably grew up and was in school and didn't care nothing about video,
editing, all of that, graphic design, and
auto engineering.
Yeah, auto engineering and all that. I can say that it piqued my interest because I always wanted to build or make my own game. So graphic design is still in my head to this day. But now that I know it's more to just going in there editing. I mean, excuse me, going in there, playing games, or going in there to, you know, make the animation of the game look nice and really testing the game. Now you gotta know how to code somewhat. Math plays a part in that. You know, you gotta know how to, you know, make sure the server is straight. You know, how strong is your server? Like, you know, just little shit like that impacts the effect of what you're trying to do, and not knowing how to do that, trying to come into this is a big misdirection.
Even to get a little nerdier, you probably didn't pay shit attention in art school, like art class, because we all had to do art.
Yeah, I took art.
So was you ever good at art?
No, I want to say, you know, I was a basic, you know, stick figure. I can draw a face, but it wouldn't be detailed.
Yeah.
Like, you know, motherfucker had the line, you know, squiggly line.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I'll make a motherfucking line and on the paper look crispy like they got a headliner, but it wouldn't be like more detailed.
Did you ever feel like why the fuck we gotta take art, bro?
Yeah, always. I still don't know to this day like why art is.
You still don't know why we gotta take art in school? And you a content creator?
I mean, I'm talking about like doing shit that I didn't like, drawing, like having to draw people or.
I mean, that's art.
I know that's art, but it's like it's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't understand why I had to do that type of shit.
So
you know,
just this right here, content creation.
Yeah.
You just want to play the game. I'm pretty sure all you want to do is really just play the game and build a career from just playing the game.
Yeah,
but
pretty much.
In order to do that in today's time, you can't just play the game.
Yeah, you can't just play the game.
You gotta also record your gaming
Yep.
so that other people your content can reach other people if you playing the
Yep.
game, so that they actually want to tune in and watch you
Yep.
play the game.
Yep.
And so that with that, content creation alone is just a broad term of saying you gotta be your manager. You gotta be your video editor. You
Yep.
gotta be your audio engineer. You
Yep.
also have to be an artiste.
Yeah, you have to be an artist. You have to have an eye open for any type of art that's being presented in front of you.
You gotta be able to know what your logo should look like, because you
Yeah.
need to build a knowledge
A
of
brand.
what branding
Yep.
is. And you can't just get any logo to be
Yeah.
the face of your
Myself, because I
yourself.
just don't want any logo.
You gotta know color theory. You gotta understand if you got like a little catch saying, you gotta understand like maybe the color red should be used instead of the color yellow, because yellow is too much of happiness, and I want niggas to take me serious.
Yeah.
So you gotta understand the psyche behind decision making when choosing what your brand is gonna be.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of stuff that you gotta do. And us in school, and we're young, and we're like, why the fuck I gotta take science? Why I gotta take art?
Yeah.
Because it shows up in real life, even if it's just a glimmer of your life, it's gonna show up.
And that's one thing I wish I would have picked up on in school. Like, of course I had to do it, but at that point I was just doing it to get by in school instead of like I have some stuff that I still learned from school that's instilled to me to this day. But like you said, the little shit, I wish I would have hung on and paid more attention to that because it probably would have helped me more in life.
Yeah. And it's okay if kids today, like, they don't understand why they got to take science or anything.
Yeah.
But you should. I didn't understand why we had to do all of this stuff, but I just enjoyed learning. And so it wasn't an issue for me. It was more so I was bored because the work was too easy for me.
Yeah.
But I never was like, I don't want to do work. It was more so like, I always competed with myself. I never wanted to be average or mediocre.
Yeah.
And so, I could have just fucked around, because I was a class clown.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
I could have fucked
Don't
around and
let
just got C's.
the giggly and
Niggas know
all
I'm a joke.
Yeah, niggas know, but don't let the straight face sometimes, or her like her being quiet, or don't let it be fooled. Like, she is a clown. A straight one too.
What I'm trying to get to is that honestly, like, niggas be like thinking, you just got it all together.
Yeah.
And you just made such good decisions. It was more so just shit. I was always in competition with myself.
Yeah.
The highest you can get is an A. Shit, I'm gonna get an A then.
Right.
Like, I want to be the best.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's basketball or sports or just me.
That's just competitiveness. You had to learn that from sports, or I want to say anything sport like. It's a lot of sports out here. Even chess is competitive.
Shit,
Like,
I tried to do chess club in 8th grade. No, that's no. When we moved back to Hammond from Michigan City, I was a new girl again, a new kid in school, and I don't know why every time I'm a new kid, I'm like with the nerds first before I'm with the
But that's
geeks.
that's who you should want to be with.
I'm smart, so I'm gonna be with the nerds and shit first.
Yeah.
But the nerds at the school, they was going to chess club, and I never cared about chess. But because those my new friends.
Yeah,
I'm
you just checked it out.
Let me check it out.
Yeah.
I was learning chess, but in chess, I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. But I didn't understand how to actually win. I just knew what the pieces do.
Yeah.
And then I started going to chess club. But
Yeah.
then my friends that was playing basketball, her family was like really like they did chess. They did tournaments and shit. I was
Damn.
like, that's cool that I kind of got an introduction to it though, because now I'm not lost when I'm around y'all and y'all actually doing this shit for real.
Yeah. And that's another a hobby that people can pick up on. Like I tell this to a lot of people all the time. Like, get your kids into anything and everything if you can. Please do, because it builds character. 1, 2, it lets them find out who they are as a person. And that right there alone is 2 major things that they would need in this life.
I think we all can see that anything can be profitable.
Yeah.
Like, we shouldn't be thinking about how can I make some money from this all the time.
Yeah.
Even though the way of the world is you need money.
Yeah, you need money and that shit suck.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's good to just learn a trade or learn a habit to pass down.
Yeah.
Because you never know who can take off in your lifeline with that knowledge that you passing down to whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to, I'm a football player. So that's one thing that I know for a fact, wide receiver, I can pass down to my son from the T. Like, I know for a fact, and I'm picking up boxing now. Motherfuckers been fighting, but now it's
with a structure.
It's with a structure.
Yeah.
How to really throw these punches for real and not hurting yourself and hurting the opponent.
Person. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's one thing I could pick up on. Content creating, streaming, playing the video game, finding what game he likes, what genre, what role he wants to go down with gaming or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
You know?
And even if you ain't great or good at it, you can teach your son that you don't always have to be great at, because that's something I had to learn. You don't always have to be great at it. You just need to be versatile.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're going to be in a room where they talking a language you do not understand.
Yes.
And that's not good.
That's
not to be uneducated. It's better to know something so that you can't nobody jerk you around. They can't tell you some lies. And now you just been lied to and you think that's the truth and you go around spreading misinformation.
Yeah, misinformation on brown people. Yeah.
I personally feel like everybody, like, the things that kids need to have is to learn how to be passionate about something, like to have a passion, so that you know what it is to work hard for some shit.
Yeah.
So a lot of people they don't have dreams. They don't know that shit can be possible. And so they just don't know how to actually then express their emotions. Like, they just don't understand what it is to be passionate and be compassionate.
Yeah. I say one thing that kind of flipped me over with football is I love the game too much. And I say one pivotal point in my life, it was I forgot what college. It was some school from Ohio. It was one of the Ohio. It was kind of like it wasn't Ohio State, but it was a big like D2 there. And they came to this game where I forgot what happened, but I was going off, bro. And it was just one part of the game where I got so fucking frustrated, and I took my helmet off and I threw that bitch on the ground. And my grandma and my grandpa, rest my grandpa's soul, and my family, they was sitting right next to the coach. And they said as soon as I threw my helmet down, he got up and left. Just got up and walked out. And like, when I heard that shit fucked me up. Yeah. Like, that's some shit that I wish I would never did, but that's what I say. I love the game too much, but you also gotta know when to control them emotions. Even when Lord knows it really did take a lot for me not to throw that helmet, because I know I shouldn't be. That's what I'm saying. I know I'm not supposed to throw this fucking helmet, but I'm just so frustrated. I'm so in my head right now. It's just like, fuck it. I just can't hit nothing. I can't, release it in another way but to throw this fucking big ass helmet on the fucking ground. Yeah. Like, I know next play I can get back in the game, but after I threw my helmet, coach not finna put me back in the game after I just did some little girl shit on the sideline when he know I'm not, and I'm team captain. I'm a leader. Like, motherfuckers, pressure. It was a lot. It's a lot on me. It's a lot to carry that role when you have other people looking up at you, and when you know that you're not supposed to do things, and that tends to when certain people look up to you and you do certain stuff, they feel like, oh, since Maul did it, I can do it.
Yeah.
You know, or they finna go outside all the way over here in West Bumberhill.
Hill.
Yeah, you're in West Bumblefuck or whatever, and your mama, and you know your mama don't want you going over there, but you gonna go and do that shit anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's just one thing I wish I wouldn't have done.
I want to talk about because I think we skipped past this part. I wanted to go back to parenting and talk about your dad, your biological father. So it's something you expressed to me a while back, and you was like, "Man, I'm fucked up over my dad and him not really being a dad currently in my life. Like he just there, but he not there."
Yeah.
And so I want to have a conversation with him and express that to him.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah,
you had that conversation.
Yeah.
Talk about the first conversation that you had with him when you got on the phone with him and you expressed that to him.
That shit sucked. This gonna be. I apologize if I get a little emotional.
What you apologizing for?
I just, bro. I don't really.
No. Stop that shit. Don't apologize. We take that shit back. If you fucking cry, I don't give a fuck.
I know.
You don't apologize
for
stuff like that,
I understand, but that's another thing that I gotta get used to doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I always was the person to hold my emotions back and not express myself and just bottle everything in. So this shit is still kind of new to me. I'm getting good at it, but it's still new to me. But
you also need somebody that's gonna sit there and tell your ass, "Gee, it's okay."
Yeah, as well. If you can't find no one, try to go get help. If you can't find that person that you can really trust and confide in, because a lot of people you can't trust out here with you being vulnerable, and people can use that shit against you. And that shit wrong. So be careful who you mess with. Everybody ain't your family, even if they are family.
But how did the conversation go?
So the first conversation, that shit went bad. The beginning was okay at first because he was just listening until I told him he was in my life, but he wasn't in my life. And that's where the pivoting point of the conversation went. But I try to move past that conversation, but the main stuff that stick with me, I could talk about because after that, and then cause we just recently,
we can talk about that too.
Yeah. But the main thing to me that fucked me up and everything will be clarified is my dad was laughing, at me when I was coming to him at a vulnerable time. And giggling, smirking at me when I'm trying to be vulnerable to him, telling me that I'm wrong or trying to point the finger at me when I'm trying to just explain to him, he could have did more for me or, been there a little bit more in my life, but at that point, I felt like he was taking it. I mean, he didn't care and he was just taking it in a bogus, nonchalant way, like this nigga don't know what the fuck he talking about.
So let's do this. Because sometimes people don't really see how they are affecting you, and you need to really act it out. Like you could have your girl come to you and say, "Ma, when you be doing this, it made me feel this way," and you listening to it, and you like, "Girl, I don't even be doing all that." Like you just listen to it like that, right? But then you'll probably watch a movie and you see fictional characters doing the same situation your girl just told you, be like, "Damn, that's fucked up, G. Why you do that to her?" Yeah. Like you can talk and relate to this shit and know that that's wrong. Yeah. But the person that you see with can come like, "Hey man, you do this to me," and you cannot see yourself doing that
shit.
So I want us to actually act it out right now. Act like I'm your daddy, right? Okay. And say the shit that you was trying to say to him on the phone to me. And I'm going to act like him because I know your daddy enough. I'm going to act like him just to give the people on YouTube a visual of what that looked like.
So, of course, imagine me, teary-eyed, I guess. So I was like, Dad, it's been a long time since I've been holding this in. I'm coming to you, trying to tell you how I feel. And I was like, you were a great father when you could have been. I'm not taking anything that you done away from you, but you were in my life, but you weren't in my life.
What you mean by that, nigga?
And then at that point I was stuck, and I'm like, what you mean? What I mean by that is like, you should know. But, my response was, what you mean? What I mean? You could have been more present in my life. You wasn't around me a lot.
I was there. What you talking about?
You got me every other weekend, but it wasn't enough for my enjoyment. You know what I'm saying? And he was basically,
man, look at this nigga.
Putting it
talking about I wasn't it.
You hear
this nigga on the phone, man. You talking about I wasn't in his fucking life.
Yeah.
These fucking kids, they always got some shit to complain about. The fuck wrong with these kids, man? Man the fuck up, man.
Yeah, pretty much. And that shit was like hurting me for real. But that shit was really hurting me. That shit was hurting me at that point in time. And that shit really made me feel like he didn't give a fuck about me, that my dad didn't love me, or whatever the case may have been at that point in time. So leading up to you having that conversation, how long were you hurting over this? Because this is something that we've been talking about on the phone for a minute. Yeah.
How long you feel like you was hurting over wanting to have this conversation and finally say to your dad something you've been holding in?
For a little minute, I age from like 13 to recently to now. From 13 to now, it's been a struggle for me to come to my father and to express myself, because one, my father doesn't show emotion. He doesn't show any type of love. Like my father doesn't make me feel welcomed enough for me to come to him vulnerable. I always not always but I felt like I always had to put on this facade for my dad, leading up into this moment. You like trying to keep that like hard shell, but if I came to him vulnerable, he laughed at me.
Yeah.
He called me a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm a soft ass nigga. Like, you're not being a man.
Yeah.
You weak. He called he made fun of me. He called me shout out my stepmama Kiana. That's my other mom. She raised me as well. Calling me her name, talking about you acting like Kiana. Just making fun of me. You like that shit fucks with me. Like that shit was fucking with me. And like if you a parent out there and you do that shit to your kid, like stop doing that shit, bro, because that shit fucks with them. That shit fucking with their mental. And you making your kid,
you're
like,
confusing them.
You're confusing them, and you making them think like this shit is normal. And when they grow up, they gonna do this type of shit to other people, and that shit can get them hurt. And that shit just not cool.
Shit, all this man versus women conversations that happen is because you got niggas that grow up like that.
Yeah.
And they genuinely don't see their women's side on things, because women and I don't want this to be a men and women thing, because I couldn't come to my mama for stuff.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't the most welcoming, even if she felt like she was. She wasn't.
Yeah.
And it could be as simple as you could hear your mama on the phone talking about some kids, like one of her homegirls called her and talking about her kid. And so you hear your mama and you hear the conversation and how your mama reacting to shorty talking about whatever to her kid.
Yeah.
And you down there living that same little thing that they kid doing. So you already can know what your mom perspective is. And like kids soak up, we're sponges.
Yeah.
We soak up all of that stuff. Like,
yeah, for sure.
The whole sexuality thing with me, like knowing that I like women and I don't really care to say nothing to nobody, and I just keep telling myself like, maybe it'll be different. Like I need to know for sure before I tell a motherfucker like I like women, right?
Yeah.
But I would see and hear my mom say like stuff about kids that look like they could be gay and we young.
Yeah, they making fun of them.
Making
shit.
fun of them.
Yeah, like you look a little fruity.
Yeah,
like he gonna be gay when he older.
Your friend with that line and
Yeah.
and it's just like, I'm not gonna come to you because I'm
Yeah,
actually gay.
yeah.
You know.
I don't feel comfortable enough talking about this type of shit with you
Yeah.
because I already see your perspective on
Yeah.
the person that's not me.
Yeah.
So what is your perspective?
Gonna be when you know that it's me.
That is me.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Little inside joke that we always laugh about is I always say that I feel like I turned my cousin gay. I would just be straight up. I'm the one that got her eating coochie at night. I'm gonna be real with you.
And why you think that?
Motherfucker was a little freak when we was shorties doing shit that we weren't supposed to do. I'm on the phone. She had her childhood friend. Yeah, her childhood best friend at the time. I was so infatuated with this girl when I was younger, and she liked me as well. And like late night, we'd be like sneaking on the phone and shit, playing doctor and fucking, you know, I'm the patient, and you know she talk. But me is like, I was nervous with the shit, so it's like Tamaya, man. Give me that. You got to say it like this. Yeah, baby. You know, I love you too, man. You know, I can't wait to see you. You know, you got to sound sexy, Ma. Like, put some bass. Hey, you a man. I can't do it because I'm a girl. You a man, Ma.
Bro.
Yeah. I can't wait to see you. I love, your hips real nice. I love you. I love you, girl. Like, you know, shit like that. But it's like, me not knowing how to say that shit is like, I guess, in like her, it came natural for her, you know. So it's like I kind of fucked her up in a way, I guess you could say. But at the end of the day, this is her own person. But I say I'm the one that started all this. I say,
tell them niggas how like I literally would be on the phone.
No,
the whole time acting.
Do it. No, this is how it be. She'll say something and I just be stuck. She'll get
the phone, bro.
Say it like this.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry. I'm sorry because it's always like that. That just came back into our memory of you. We was in your room. Go ahead.
First, will you still be
bro.
All
singing to them and all acting like me, like literally acting like, yeah, you like that. I get back, yeah, you like that. like we used to be tweaking, fo. I swear to God, like that shit is hilarious.
Oh my gosh,
like,
bro,
we laugh about this shit
all the time. I really like, and I really don't know if she ever knew that this. If she really believed this.
Yeah. Well, the joke's up now. So, Shantae, if you ever watched this, it was Tamaya.
It was me.
It was me.
And what's even crazy more, I like Shantae. I didn't like her like that, but I just thought that Shantae was a pretty person.
Yeah,
it wasn't hard for me to even tap in and say stuff like that to her.
Like for our young age, like to time, like Shantae was real built for her age at the time.
For a fifth grade.
Yeah. Shantae was one of them girls, like a childhood love story. Like, damn, that girl was fine. Like one of them. You know what I'm saying? But Molly Mall had her and Maya had her. Oh my God.
You know what's crazy though? That shit happened when we got younger though.
For real? For real?
Look, G. We gonna say it. I'm gonna say it, bro.
Okay. No, niggas ain't butthurt around here either. So
hey man, we both the sexiest in the family. Yeah, if they like me, they might like you. If they like you, they might like me.
You feel me?
It's cool.
It's tight.
You know. So I hooked you up with one of my friends in college, right?
Yeah. Shout out her. That's funny. Yeah, that's yeah.
And that friend, she also was madly in love with me.
Yeah.
But to
a certain extent.
Shit.
Well.
Shit.
When I was in the picture, I was being me. She was real infatuated with Maul. It was really let me not say that.
Before she met you, she was madly in love with me.
Right.
We don't know how she was feeling with you.
Right.
That's for her to say.
That's
the
for her.
truth.
That's her fault. But I could
'Cause
say
the girlfriend I had at the time while you was messing with my friend,
right.
she still believed that she was madly in love with me even with you. And that was fucking up with me and her relationship.
Yeah.
When y'all stop fucking around with each
You
other.
want to know something? Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
go
you
ahead.
go ahead.
I kind of still felt that.
Really?
Yeah.
Niggas was just not saying nothing to me.
No, but it wasn't because I knew the situation I was in already.
Yeah.
I knew I was already leaving,
Yeah.
like, you know, and not trying to say like I was using her or whatever, because I really like was.
You liked her?
I liked her a lot, like to the point like I could have married this woman if.
Oh my God.
Like, you know, calm down, like, but we were like, you know, at least to me, gang, like, at least to me, like, I really liked her. I ain't even gonna fake. I really liked her.
I hear you,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
this is crazy. Y'all ain't did no dates. Y'all ain't did shit but fuck in the dorm room, bro.
we went on a few dates. We went on a few
Y'all
dates,
went on
gang.
her birthday dinner date, bro.
Birthday dinner day. We went out to movies. We went to movies. We went bowling, I think.
We went bowling.
We went bowling, but
we went bowling.
We went
together.
bowling, but
and she was there with
she
us.
She was, but we also went bowling as well.
By yourselves?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We
All
also we did like certain shit.
Okay.
But it wasn't enough, you know. But
Yeah.
but mount that time span. Yeah, we did a few things. We was on that verge of boyfriend girlfriend, like serious. But
Okay.
anyways,
You said that you felt it, but
what?
you said you
Oh
felt
yeah, with you, yeah. I felt it, but I always felt like she still like liked you. You know how she was, you know.
Yeah.
This my bestie and Tamaya, so sexy, like you know. You ain't got to do too much, you know, but you know that just kind of like. That's my motherfucking cousin. Like, you really doing too much right now. Like, you really need to be coming over here and touching me, telling me I'm sexy. Motherfucker.
I
like,
never thought you felt that way.
it wasn't no, like, resent or anything.
No, I'm talking about, like, you would see that stuff and you felt like, hey, man.
Yeah,
out,
like,
chill out.
but at the same time, I knew what I was on as well. You know what I'm saying? We had an understanding, but I also knew that, like, what I was on. So I couldn't really, like, it wasn't even pointless to bring that up because that's slight shit. We don't give no fuck about that type of shit.
Yeah. I see, this is what it looks like to really not have ego and shit.
Yeah.
Like with in a relationship of, obviously we're not in a relationship, but like just the relationship that we have. I don't think I ever seen a moment where we had ego, because that definitely can have easily been a situation where a motherfucker in their feelings and do something too fucking much. Like, you know you finna move.
Yeah.
You don't give a fuck about too much what's going on right now.
Yeah.
And you chose to not express yourself about some shit and you just kept it rocking.
Yeah.
A motherfucker instantly see some shit like that, be like some,
They get butthurt and
they do
want to
some
take it
shit.
to the heart.
Like, chill, bro.
Yeah.
It ain't.
It's not that deep.
Yeah. I want to now go back to the convo because I don't want to skip past it and talk about the second convo you had with your dad.
Okay.
So when you are home for a few days.
Yeah, I'm home. Shit. First, like I didn't come to him with the intentions. My little sister and my little brother called me, Caleb and Kyla. They called me and they was like, I heard you out here. Usually I don't try to tell my sister that I'm coming, but I tell like Kiana, Ashley, Ariana, and them. But I really like try to surprise them because I know they really miss me and shit. So when I come up here, I try to leave it as a surprise. But they called me this time, you know. Motherfuckers dropped low on me, I guess. But they called me and they was like, I'm at Dad's house. Are you gonna come over? Truthfully, I wanted to say no. But I put that to the side to really leave it to my brother and sister because they wanted to see me.
Yeah.
And I had their nephew and they wanted to see my son. So it's like I put my pride to the side, whatever me and my dad had. And I wasn't going over there with the intentions to even talking to him. It was if we did, it was gonna be like a what's up?
Yeah.
And just kept it at that. I didn't go over there with the intentions to actually have this conversation with him. He actually pulled me to the side to talk about it. And it was it was a bundle of joy because we were everywhere within that conversation. And my dad is not the one that is like good and he don't express himself. So I'm coming into this conversation like blind, like I don't know what he finna do. Like, truth be told, like I'm on point. Like if he try to swing on me, like
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Like it's
Whatever.
it's like whatever is finna happen, it's finna happen. You know, so I'm coming into this shit blind, but I'm happy. I'm open because this is what I want.
Yeah.
But I wasn't finna initiate it because I felt like I already tried.
Yeah.
And his initial reaction at the time put a whole perspective on what it shouldn't have been, and we finna get into that. So my dad doesn't express himself a lot, and it's hard for him to. So this was a hard thing for him to do, and I commend him for that because he does not do things like this out of the norm unless he feels like he really has to, or you know, when he feel like it's just the right thing to do. And I'm happy that he did because it is the right thing to do. But he told me that, you know, the stuff that I was saying to him on the phone was hurtful as well. But that's because I was hurt. Hurt people. And he was, when I told him that you was in my life but you weren't in my life, he said, "You're right. You know, I understand I wasn't in your life. I could have been a little bit more present than I was, a lot more." But, you know, he apologized for that. And, you know, that was cool. We jumped in on why he was laughing, because that's miscommunication. My dad at that, like we demonstrated, he laughed at me when I was trying to be open with him, but he told me that was really the only way he could have covered up what I said to him.
Okay.
You know, that's how he knew how to hide the pain or how to cope with that in that moment. You know what I'm saying? But like I told him, like, you see what that shit led to? That shit, miscommunication. Instead of you expressing yourself and opening your mouth like a grown man, you decided to do an action where that shit is like
it deflects.
It deflects.
How
It's
you
like,
actually feel
how you
and
feel.
what truth is being presented to you right now.
Yeah, and I took that like a slap in the face. Like, nigga, fuck you.
Yeah.
You 25. You grown as hell. What the fuck I need to explain myself to you for?
Yeah.
Like, that's how I took it. Like my dad don't love me. Like, fuck this nigga. So it's like I really got on, all right, this nigga want to laugh in my face. Like, he think I'm a joke. Like, like now I'm in my own head. Like, this nigga really got me fucked up. Like, like I'm everywhere. Yeah. But you know, he told me like that was the only way that he could deal with that in that situation, and he apologized for that, for laughing at me. Okay. And laughing because he seen that it went somewhere else when it shouldn't have been. But yeah, we was everywhere in that conversation. Even my childhood got brung up with me experiencing multiple men with my mom. Like, that sounds real crazy. Me experiencing, you know, multiple men in the house. Not saying like my mom was out here wilding. Like, my mom she stuck. Like, if she was with that man, she was gonna be with that man until it was no more. You know what I'm saying? But it was only, I could say, Tony. I ain't gonna say his name, but I know his name. And pretty much 2 people that I actually seen my mom be intimate with. Yeah. And besides now. Yeah. But yeah, it's always been like that, strictly like one person for my mother.
And so what was the point of that, saying that in the comment?
Oh, my bad. That was just saying to like say like, damn, I hope you edit this shit out.
You good, G? Take your time on how you gotta say it.
What did I say? Because I got a brain fart.
You said you brought up seeing multiple men in the house.
Oh yeah, to my dad. So like, it's like when I told him all I wanted was for him to be in my life instead of having all these men coming in my life trying to teach me what they know. I always wanted to be taught by my own father figure instead of having these other men trying to run my life or tell me what I should do with my own life when I'm looking at them like, bitch ass nigga, fuck you, you're not my dad. Me knowing that I wanted my dad at that young age was like real, it was crazy for me because I ain't know, like, of course I was being taught to respect your elders, of course, but it's like, I ain't one of them niggas telling me what the fuck to do because you don't fucking know me. You just, you are here for my mom.
Yeah.
I know you probably don't give, if you do, thank you. Because I don't have that, but 9 times out of 10, you just here for my mama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty tough on me growing up because, you know, like it was only 2, but still, it's nothing like my own father, you know, so.
How did he respond to that?
He got teary-eyed. I seen it in his face. He didn't really go into depth.
Yeah.
But he was like, you know what, you right. You know, and he just apologized. We didn't really get into depth of that, but you know, it was more so, he was more so apologizing for the stuff that he could have did better on the phone. And I also wanted to, you know, I wanted to have that conversation in person because I know it could have went a whole different way as well than over the phone. But you know, that shit was eating me up. Yeah. And I didn't know at that point in time. I didn't know when the last time I was gonna be here. Yeah. So I wasn't trying to wait for that conversation. Another thing I didn't like about that conversation is, I don't know who, but I want to say Kiana, but I was talking to her because that's the only person he said. But at the same time, I feel like I know Ma, you know, but he already had a perception on me coming into this conversation because whoever he talked to, they was telling him like how I was feeling basically. And he already had this blank perception of me because he felt like I should have just came to him first instead of him hearing it from different people.
So just to not confuse the viewers, you're saying that you feel like your dad had a pre-notion of the things that you were going to say to him because somebody else that you expressed to already what you wanted to say to him told him what you wanted to say.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay. And he felt like I should have just been straightforward with him and came to him straight up to tell him what was going on. But my case is he's not approachable. Yes. My father is not a open book. Yeah. I just can't come up to my dad and just be like, "Hey dad, let me talk to you about this." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't bring me that vibe. Yeah. So I'm not finna go to him with that vibe. Yeah. I don't know how. Yeah. So I'm going to a person that I truly trust with that vibe and also is not gonna steer me down the wrong path, and a person who also has been dealing with my dad since he got out of jail. Yeah. So I felt like that was the perfect option for me to go to at least get somewhat out of what I could before I went to talk to him. Yeah.
Do you remember the things that I was saying to you when you would say to me that you want to do this and talk to your dad? What are the things that you have to prepare yourself for in case the conversation don't go how you want it to go? Do you remember what those things that I said to you?
I want to say yes, but I want to say no because I was in a pretty bad space with that. So but once you say it, I'm pretty sure.
One of the things that I said to you is to be prepared to be disappointed.
For a fact.
And that's not because I just assume that I know what your dad's going to say or how he's going to react. Yeah. I just want you to be prepared to hear what you don't want to hear because a lot of people aren't prepared to communicate and accept their flaws in life. Yeah. The bad decisions that they made in life. They're not able to accept and hold themselves accountable. Mm-hmm. And season 3 of Club Culture is about accountability.
Stay accountable. Stay accountable. That's a big thing that this world is my bad for cutting you off. Good. Do your shit. That this world is misleading is everybody don't know how to be accountable. Mm-hmm. And when an accountable person holds someone to accountability, they get defensive. Mm-hmm. And that can go many ways. Mm-hmm. But stay accountable and do right. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. But I want to say that to anybody that could be watching.
Yes.
I already did. I still have to retry to have a conversation with both my parents about the things that I've always wanted to say to them. My frustrations with them being my assigned parents, because you can't choose your parents.
Yeah, you can't. That's inevitable.
And they can't choose their kids.
Yeah, at all.
But their kids are a product of them.
Of course.
And so they have the choice on what they instill in their child.
Yeah.
We don't have a choice in the parents and what they instill in us, what they're going to instill in us.
Yep.
So we really are the most innocent thing in this partnership that comes with creating a child.
Yeah.
For a child or a kid that's out there or a grown individual listening to me, when you finally build up the courage to have that conversation with your parents, be prepared to be disappointed in case it happens.
Yes.
More than likely, it might happen.
Yes.
You have to be a very mature and someone of integrity to be able to hear somebody say something that could be taken as negative or constructive criticism about your decision making, your morals and values and ethics, and your character.
Yes.
You're going to hear somebody have a conversation about that you raised, come and say that to you, and you might not like it.
Yeah.
And so your reaction to it would be disappointing to the person that's coming to say that to them.
Yep.
So be prepared to be disappointed.
Yes.
You might come out and have a second conversation and it's better.
Yeah.
But be prepared for that disappointment.
Because I was definitely, after that first conversation, I was definitely prepared not to talk to somewhat prepared not to talk to my dad almost ever again.
Yeah.
That was a big, like she said, that was a big thing that she was trying to get me to understand. And that was kind of what I was already understanding because I was dealing with that shit for so long. So it was like, at this point, I was like, it is what it is. If if we can't work it out, then it's just going to be like how it is.
Yeah, you told me. You said, if he do disappoint me, then that's my answer that I've been soughting after.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is your answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm glad that y'all was able to have that second conversation.
Yeah, me too.
You feel me? Nip that shit, figure that out.
Hell
But
yeah.
what matters the most now is, okay, Dad, we had the conversation.
Now let's see it.
Let's see it put into action.
Yeah, of course.
Because that's what matters the most.
Yeah. So if he watch this, I'm giving him a pointer. So when I leave is when this shit start for real.
Yeah.
So
niggas can talk a good game.
Yeah.
We can talk all damn day. It's easy to do that. But
It's
to
very
actually
easy.
put actions behind your words is different.
It's different.
Yeah.
And another thing he told me as well is, and I'm not taking away anything from my dad. He has a life also.
Mm-hmm.
And not that I, weren't knowing, that he has a life. Of course, I know he has, but all I was trying to get him to tell him is just do a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Because currently you're not doing anything.
you know what I'm saying? Just do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Not throwing shade because the conversation was like, he wasn't even calling to talk
To check in
Mari.
on your son.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck me.
Yeah.
Like, you're not even doing this for
Yeah.
my son. You don't even, my son is very timid around my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he know who he is, but when he see him, he like, I don't really want to go to this, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other people, like, when he see your mama, he like that too, but he know it's TT.
Yeah.
TT, baby.
Them niggas some aggressive ass people.
They are.
I'd be scared of them
They
false
are.
kids
They
too.
are. They are. They are. But he I gotta come up here more, and my family gotta come down
Come
there.
out there, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's all we straight. We gonna get it together.
We're gonna get it together. I do want to give you some supportive words
Okay.
because when you came in and you told me that you did that interview today, and you told me that you had asked me for my act. When I was listening to you explain what happened with the interview and when you was doing it and whatnot, I was like, in my head, I'm like, I wonder if you shouted out the pod or anything, because that'll be a good space to do it at.
Right.
But I'm not gonna ask you.
Right.
I'm just gonna wonder if you did in my
Right.
mind. But you already
Yeah. Come on now.
you did it. You did it. So the people, one of the things that I hold near to my heart, because I do a lot for people.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I could give you thousands of dollars, and don't even want you to pay me back.
Yeah.
I want you to put purpose behind me giving you something, a resource that I could have kept for myself.
For yourself.
And what that is you know that I do so much, and I probably could have really kept that 1,000.
Yeah.
That could have went to help me do all this shit that I do.
Of course.
But I gave it to you. So the only thing that I feel like people should do for me is to be like, she does potting or she does graphic design. So let me make sure that she keep getting money put in her pocket.
Yeah, of course. I always try to send people to you. Like, you my first instinct when I think about shit like with photography. Like, that's crazy. Because they said if anybody watching as well, y'all can get at me. Mm-hmm. They need somebody to record their broadcasts or, you know, he was saying like little interns or whatever. So, and then the first thing I said, I was like, she records and all of that. But he was like, you know, I showed him the pod. He was like, she doing her own thing. She probably ain't going to want to. Like, she might, you know, that might be probably a day where you might, let me go ahead and see. Fuck it. You know, pretty sure he give you a couple dollars or whatever. But, but he was just saying that he looking for someone to like actually be like internish for them though.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be the one for that.
You definitely not. But just in case, you know, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah. And that goes so far for me. Like you'll never gotta give me my bread back. But the least you could do. Yeah. The bare minimum. Yeah. Is to use word of mouth and help build my businesses that I'm trying to put more money into my pocket to be able to still give. Yeah. So when I heard it and listened to you, like, you really went on the whole tangent about the pod.
Yeah, I did.
Like, you could have just been like, shout out the pod. And that's it. Yeah. But you did a whole, you feel me? And I love to hear and see those things. Cause one, that lets me know that you actually like rock with the pod. You tuning in.
Come on now.
And then for two, like, you really can speak about the pod to other people, and I don't have to be there to make sure you say the right shit. Like, you was saying shit that was like, that's a pod. Yeah. So I really appreciate you doing that.
Oh yeah, appreciate it. You know, come on now. You ain't never gotta.
I appreciate that.
My king. I know. I got you. I got you, man. It's cool.
All right, we're gonna end the pod on a lighter note. You know, so we're gonna play If the Shoe Fits. Okay. And so what that is I went through your social medias and I was finding shit, and you just need to explain to me, you know, who you talking about, what this post about. You know, explain that post. Okay. So this first one that we got is this right here. Oh, dang, that shit taking forever. Okay. So this first one, you said 3 days ago. Hey, man. You said 3 days ago, stop posting this fake ass baby when you look like the bottom of a grill. Y'all babies ain't coming out nothing like these AI making y'all are delusional. Who you talking about? Who you saw on Facebook that looked crazy as hell? You was like, nigga, your baby ain't gonna come out like that.
Truthfully, it started with like people sharing their like it was just a feed or thread of people just putting their AIs in. And I'm just checking comments and looking at people's pictures, and I'm like, oh my God, like and I'm going to their pages to see
what they really look like.
Bro, some of these people, AIs should have been them. Let me just put it like that. They was real life looking like the bottom of the bottom, like, and they shouldn't made no sexy ass AI, and they looking like the bottom of the grill, gang. Like, they could probably pass if I would never went to their page. I probably would have been like, damn, this them. Like, she really going crazy. Like, okay, but I got tired of seeing them baby AI pictures, and then some of my timeline feed. I forgot what friend of mine. I really want to bust their ass out because they lame ass did that shit, and that's what really made me do that. But I forgot. But yeah. Stop doing them fucking AI, all this AI shit. You know damn well you don't look like that
shit, bro. That shit made you beautiful as hell. You ugly as hell.
Ugly as shit. And you want to look all sexy and shit. Catfishing motherfuckers.
All right, on June 3rd, you had shared this post, and it said, and dropping your friend off to get some dick is sex trafficking, just so y'all know.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I actually...
You know, sex trafficking like that involves you've got to pay for the coochie, right? So
You don't know what they doing out there. You don't know. You don't know. Tamaya, let me get a ride to this shorty crib. All right, Ma, where she live at? Such. All right, come on, we there.
Drop you off.
Drop me off. You don't know.
She gave a
Yeah.
little $40.
$40 holla or a little 1,500. Like, you don't know what she finna give me for this motherfucking dick session. Like, you don't know what she finna do for this. Like,
As a man, you gonna take that $40?
$40 to drop some dick off? If I really need it, yeah, I'm taking that 40. For them grave. If I truly need that 40 gang, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take that 40.
So you admitting that you would sex traffic yourself if you need that little $40?
If I need that little 40, like, that has to be the last, bae. That has to be the last option. She might leave me, but if I wasn't like, yeah, $40 holler and I'm down bad, I need it.
I need it.
I need it.
All right, September 26, 2020.
Okay.
You said, what's up with some of y'all women, bro? This girl, in parentheses, bitch, told me, you must like dick because you being a real bitch right now. And then you said, just because I don't want to put my hot dog in her buns. And then I blocked her number and she find ways to hit me up and all of these different numbers trying to get me to link with her. And I don't even know shorty like that. We talked one time on the phone and her one time was the last time. And she keep finding ways to talk to me. This is what I don't do with girls. Y'all be tripping. I'm a bitch because I don't want to have sex with shorty. Do better.
So...
Bro, that's a whole fucking story.
That's a story, but I really had to get that shit off because I'm a bitch because I don't want to fuck you. What is your problem?
You don't want this pussy
Like,
boy?
you don't want this? Like, no, I don't want that. I mean, you didn't intrigue me enough for me to go forward with this conversation.
How you gonna say no to some coochie?
It's okay. It is okay to say no to pussy because 9 times out of 10, that pussy that you might want might be the pussy that you don't need. I'm telling you, say no to pussy. Say no to drugs. Say no to pussy. Thank you.
All right. You said August 7th, 2018.
Damn, this old.
When I tell you this girl split floppy, I swear she talked to me, tell me one thing, then she caked up with her nigga telling him another thing. Then she mad at me like, am I wrong? Why I don't talk to females? What's your issue with G? Like man, you was struggling with females, huh?
A little bit, bro. Like, I say at that time, I was really trying to be like lovey-dovey, ma. Like, I was.
They was hoes. So
yeah. They wasn't really feeling like they was really like trying to play me for real when I'm really trying to be like a nice guy. And I know I can get grimy. Like, I know. Like, I know I'm not fucking ugly. Like, I know I can. I'm very confident in myself. Like, I know if it's a girl that I think that look good to me, 9 times out of 10, I know I can get that girl. So it's like, I'm very confident in myself. But
hoes was being hoes and you actually want to settle down.
I was trying to settle down, and looking back on that post, that's 2018. I was like 19, 20 years old. Like, what the fuck was I trying to settle down? Like, Goofy, you got years. Like,
gee, that's the shit that I'll be like, bro, stop posting on Facebook, bro. Your ass tweaking, bro. All right, so you said November 16th, 2022. Laughing emoji, shrug emoji. Who cares? Eat dick. Not my fault. Make better options. What, nigga? Make better options? People be accountable for the decision you make it. Maybe you would be reminiscent about shit you should have. Nigga, your ass is definitely expressing yourself because this don't make no sense. Make better options?
Gee, my fingers, look, when I be in my head game, whatever come to my head is just whatever is going to type out. And my girlfriend get on me about that. My girlfriend is real big on grammar. I'm gonna be real with you. I just say whatever come to my head. I know sometimes it might not be good, but I'm one of them people is like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, this is just me. It's either two things. You just gonna accept me for who I am, or you just not gonna like it.
Yeah.
So, but either way, I don't give a fuck.
There gotta be a Johnson's family thing or just our people's thing, because my mama can't fucking type. Yo, daddy can't fucking type.
He can't type for shit. Like, for nothing. Like, if he gonna say FOR, FOR, he's gonna put 4. He's not gonna put FOR. He's gonna put 4. YOU, he's gonna put you, not YOU.
Yeah.
So 1 is gonna be just the number 1. So yeah.
This a throwback for both of us.
Man.
This a throwback.
Man.
This shit. This was. I remember what this was. It was my birthday.
Yep.
We had went to a restaurant with my female friends.
Yeah.
It was like Raven, Alexis, Maite, you, and maybe one more person.
Nene.
Nah, she wasn't
You
there.
don't think?
She was there.
Okay.
It was another like more feminine friend. I just don't know who that could have been. Geneva.
Dark skin?
I think Geneva.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was crushing on Raven hard as hell. And we was sitting at that table and she was doing that whole best friend shit with you. I was like, bitch, that ain't your best friend. I love you. That ain't your best friend. I love you, but you don't know it yet. Stop saying that.
Oh my gosh. One thing I didn't know that Raven knew Eli. When I found out is when y'all was like already hard dating and shit. And he came to me, he was like, this your cousin? And like, I guess they were talking or something like that. And but you knew about that?
I didn't know that they was talking about Raven ass was talking. Right. She talked to niggas. Yeah. I know she was talking to niggas. Yeah.
So like when I found that out, I was like, damn, like how y'all? But I know Eli. Long live my nigga. Yeah. Long live my nigga Eli.
My ass said my ride or die and my best friend, ... my homie and my nocturnal twin.
Okay.
Bars, nigga, what are you talking about?
We was so lame.
Lame as hell.
Look at my head.
Head real flat.
Oh God. Like,
bro, look.
Why? First of all, why am I posing like that?
Bro, I actually pose normal over here, so you tweaking.
Your
ass zesty as hell.
Yeah, I'm zesty. But
and then this one, you see the duck lips, boy?
Oh God, stop playing.
Yeah, I tell you, yeah, some fucking goofs. But I used to wear that fucking Kiki braids.
On me,
disgusting.
Kiki braids was the shit back then.
Disgusting. I wore that shit all the way up to my senior year of high school. Just childish, disgusting. Them damn Vans on my feet.
Oh, bro, you was a Van head.
Yeah, them Vans definitely shoe carnival. Though.
Yeah, more diverse.
Shoe carnival Vans.
She more diverse with the shoe game now. She more diverse for real now.
That's
but that this is a real throwback. And if you just blind reacting to this picture like and not understanding how we are, you would probably think I'm a little suspect. For them grave, you would probably think I'm a little suspect. But around that time, I was a real hothead, so I probably would have really got on that with a
got on that.
Really got on that quick. But yeah, that's my nigga, man.
Yeah, facts. Before we close out, I want to talk about how we used to do it. We was in a singing group.
Oh my goodness. You would have thought we was Jackson 5 in that motherfucker, no cap.
So this started with the whole like motherfucker. Ma knew I knew how to sing.
Yeah.
You feel me? But grown people didn't know I knew how to sing. Your mama, she sent me a video when Whitney Houston died and we was at Mama Runner House.
Oh my gosh, in Country Club Hills. She had that red crib when you was in the fucking kitchen singing. Yeah, singing
Whitney Houston, right?
Wow.
She sent me that shit and I was like, that's crazy. So, and she was like, yeah, that's when you first started singing. I was like, no. That's when y'all learned that I knew how to sing. Yeah. Y'all been knew how to sing.
Yeah, we've been singing like we upstairs in her room with the door closed playing Mario. No,
it's Mario.
Yeah, my bad.
You should let me love you.
And we singing that shit in the room, and she like telling me how to sing it. Like, and at that point, I had like a girl voice, so it's like I can pass. Like, I can real life pass for a good singer for that age. You know, I would just have to get trained more, of course. But
motherfuckers in that motherfucker, he sing a little lower, I sing a little higher, just so that we make sure we do sound decent.
Even, like, God. We are hilarious.
That's the only song we actually practice and try to learn.
Ever practice.
It's the bridge
song.
part. It's the build up part. It was like, who?
On me.
Was it? What's the lyrics?
Oh baby, whatever.
Damn.
You should let me love you.
Let me be the one to.
And but I'll be singing. She'll be singing loud, and I'll be give you everything you want and need.
You loud as hell.
Give me good love and protection. Make me
shit like that.
But
I wish
oh
my mama still
goodness.
had her camera recorder, so because that's what we was recording on,
Yeah.
so we could really show the footage.
Yeah.
This shit's funny. It's
this shit's
stupid.
hilarious, and I'm just looking, bald head, like, oh my god, that was the times. That was
Yeah,
good
man.
times. That's when shit was like actually fun.
Just being innocent kids, man.
Real life. Real life though.
But shit, bro, you know, man, I'ma be in Atlanta. I'ma see you.
Yep.
In another month.
Yep. You can check out the new crib.
Check out the new crib. Proud of y'all.
I
moving
appreciate
in.
it. Proud of you.
Thank you.
Proud of
you.
y'all.
Thank
So.
you. Thank you. Appreciate you coming on the pod. You know, we're going to make it happen more than once. We got to make it happen. We got to
Yeah.
have our homie Reese come on the
Yeah,
pod.
we gotta get Reese to come on here with his long head ass.
I'm going to start, when I see you really start back streaming and doing content, because I'm going to keep holding you accountable to push yourself to do it more.
Yeah.
I'm going to probably go back to streaming.
Okay.
When you get your real setup that you want,
Okay.
then I'm going to take it more serious.
Okay.
Because, you know, if you ever be on the stream with us, you'll see that we funny as fuck on the
We're
game.
hilarious. Like, it don't even make sense how funny me, her, and Reese is. And we don't even be trying to be funny. It's just
literally just us.
It's just us.
talking.
So that's what make our content so raw and like cut. Cause
Yeah, and you need to show the world that, nigga, your ass.
I am. Whoever watched this video, tune in so you can see who I really am on the game, man.
Man, we're gonna put your @s in the YouTube description. So
Okay,
if you want to
appreciate it.
actually support a young black father,
I appreciate it. I'm a
You
gamer
know.
dad now.
gamer dad, if you want to support him and help build his YouTube following subscriptions,
I
because
appreciate
that's the
it.
goal right now. Make sure you subscribe, hit that subscribe button. If you love club culture and you fuck with me, go tune into homie shit and
I
just hit
appreciate
that
it.
subscribe button and kick it for an hour with him playing the game, because I'm
Yeah.
gonna be on the game with
She
him
gonna
too.
be on 9 times out of 10. You
I'm
see
on the
Molly
game.
Mall 007 online. Tamaya gonna be on with me.
All right. So if you are on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. And if you're on your favorite streaming platform, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you leave us a rating. Peace.
Peace.
Just watch the damn podcast.